Again, I want to talk a bit about soliciting on reserve because it's the problem that we continue to face. And there have been companies on the reserve who have been knocking on doors in the community asking to see your hydro bill and trying to get you to sign up for their service. You do not need to talk to these people, and if they show up your door, ask them to display a letter from the elected council which allows them to solicit on our territory. If they cannot produce one, call the police and then ask the police to escort them off the reserve. If by chance you may have signed up with one of them due to the pressure and you want to now get out of it, please contact our office, Arlene Miracle, and we will see if we can help you to get out of any of those contracts. As I mentioned as well last month, there are a group of parents who have reached out to Six Nations to see if we have any kids who might be interested in joining a hardball league. If there are enough kids to form a league, they also want to work together with Six Nations to regenerate the baseball diamonds at the Oneida Park at Highway 6 and 3rd Line. So if anyone is interested in joining a hardball league or have kids that want to play, or you want to help out with the regeneration of this park, please contact my office or Councillor Terry General, who has volunteered to work on this project on behalf of Six Nations. Now, there is a group of ladies in the city of Brantford who come together under the banner of the Seroptimist International of Grand Erie, and they are hosting a Dream It, Be It. This is a free event for secondary school, and it's for secondary school girls, and it's a career support conference for all the local girls. This will be held on Saturday, April 16th at the Brantford Salvation Army at 33 Diana Avenue in Brantford from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. It will be a fun full day with opportunities for leadership, personal growth, self-esteem, and good health. Topics covered will be career opportunities, setting and achieving goals, overcoming obstacles to success, and looking at how to move forward after setbacks or failures. You will leave with messages like, if you can dream it, you can be it, or you got this, girl, or be empowered to pursue your career goals and reach your full potential. Seating is limited for secondary school girls, so if you are interested, please register today at www.seroptimistgranderie.ca. There will also be a bus available here in Ashwegan, and it will be at Great, that can pick up girls and take them up there, and the times are noted on the Seroptimist website. Also, this year I think is a Canada Census year, and we were approached by Statistics Canada for approval for them to come onto the reserve to ask our community members to fill out the census. After discussing their requests, the council has denied them access to the community. So the access workers will not be allowed to be here to take census. And one of the main concerns that council had and why they denied this was that the privacy of our members and the information that the census people would be asking of them. And we feel that there was just too much private information that would be out, and we didn't want to violate the privacy of our citizens, so we've denied them. So some of the meetings, events, speaking engagements that have taken place since our last update. On January 14th and 15th, I attended a meeting in Toronto with the other Grand Chiefs and Chiefs in Ontario. It's called the Political Confederacy meeting of the Chiefs of Ontario. On the 15th of January, we had a number of law students from Osgoode Hall that came to visit Six Nations. And on January 16th, Woodland Cultural Centre held their event called Opening the Doors to Dialogue Reconciliation Project. It was an excellent event, and we had a number of residential school survivors up there. And under the direction of Sam Thomas and Paula Whitlow, they are joining with whoever was interested in leading panels. And these will be placed on doors that have been taken from the school. And those panels, once they're completed, there'll be another event up at Woodland to display them. On January 19th, congratulations to the health staff who held Let's Get Healthier Health Fair at the Community Hall and provided us all with a healthy meal. And on 26th of January, I was in Ottawa for the announcement of the Human Rights Tribunal decision on child welfare. Arliss Skye and I traveled to Ottawa to stand with Dr. Cindy Blackstock when this announcement was made. And it was a historic and a victorious one for us, because the Human Rights Tribunal did find that First Nations children on reserve have been discriminated for some time with regard to funding related to child welfare. Immediately after that, I stayed in Ottawa for another 2 days on the 27th and 28th to attend the Iroquois Caucus with the other elected councils of the Iroquois communities on this side of the border. Some of the things we talked about were an economic summit and how we can work together to produce economies and maybe do trade, taxation issues, which are something that affects all of us. We've also talked about education and languages, and we're looking at having summits in each of these areas. We also fired off a letter to the new Minister of Indian Affairs about the status cards and all the problem our people are having in getting their new enhanced status cards in a reasonable time. In some situations we found that they're taking 6 months to, or even longer, to get their cards. I also brought up the issue of border crossing, because we have had some people who have approached my office saying they are being requested to show blood quantum letters at the land of border crossing. And other people have approached us about saying that they have to get green cards if they want to live and work in the United States. So we're going to work together on that at the Iroquois Caucus, but just on that border crossing stuff as well. I have had telephone conversations with representatives of the Department of Homeland Security and the Department of Citizenship and Immigration in the United States, and myself and some of the staff, and we've put these different scenarios in front of them of what our people are being asked. And if we have to start producing blood quantum letters at the border, then I'm asking for the legislation that says so. So, they were quite surprised by some of the scenarios we put to them, and I suggested that some of their border crossing guards need to have some more cultural, historical training about who we are as people and our rights under the Jay Treaty. I've also invited them to come to our community at some point and to have a community meeting and answer these questions and hear firsthand some of the problems our people are having when we cross the border, when we all feel that, or all know that we have the right to cross it freely because of the Jay Treaty. So we're working on all those issues, and we'll continue to work and keep you updated. On January 30th, our Health Services Department again held a Healthy Roots dinner, and it was held at the New Credit Community Hall. And this is another one of their events of just trying to promote our people to get more healthy, to eat well, to exercise, and to rest when necessary. And the event they held in New Credit was, the food was cooked by Rich Thomas, who is a chef. You may remember, or Rich Francis, who is a chef here from Six Nations. He was in the television series Top Chef, and I think he plays second. And music was also provided by Logan Stotts. And these are two young men who are really, I said, thriving stars and on the rise here at Six Nations, and I'm just delighted that I can be there to support them. And I understand that Rich is going to be opening up a restaurant up on Town Line, just past around the corner from Little Buffalo. So keep an eye out for that, because his food is excellent, and he certainly is a chef, and I'm really proud of both him and Logan.